Most startup advice is designed to become the next Elon Musk. We are told to raise VC money, hire fast, or build a 5-year roadmap. But Jason Fried, founder of a multi-million-dollar company that has been profitable for more than 25 years, says that this is exactly how you kill your startup. He doesn't believe in competition, long-term plans, or fast scaling. Instead, he follows 7 rules that allows his small team to out-earn competitors with thousands of employees while he's only working 40 hours per week. If you want a business that supports your life instead of consuming it, I'll outline the 7 rules for you in this video now. Rule number 1 is build for yourself first. Stop guessing what your market wants and start looking in the mirror. By solving your own problems, you eliminate the need for expensive market research. He underlines that he would always look for his own problems, trying to solve them, and then there would be at least enough people in the world that have the same problem and you can tackle it for them as well. And one of the most valuable things of this rule is that at the end you become your own customer, which means that your intuition is very valuable for your business, but also when it comes to how you solve the problems that you're tackling with your solution. Rule number 2 from Jason Fried is that your real competition is your cost. Most founders are fully focused on their rivals and competition, but they're looking the wrong way. But the truth is, and this is something that he underlines a lot when he talks about founding and also growing 37 Signals, his company, is that you aren't competing against competitors, but at the end you're ultimately competing against getting out of business because of costs. So he advises against relating your costs to your revenue. So if your revenue increases, you should increase the cost as well, but instead keeping it flat so that you can outperform other companies while staying in business for a longer period of time. So his key insight here is that controlling how much money you burn will ensure that you stay long enough in the business or long enough in the game so at the end you can win. The third rule is to avoid playing entrepreneur. You can have the title of being a founder or being a fundraiser, but at the end still have zero business. He suggests stopping obsessing over the envelope, which can be raising money, having fancy logos or valuations, but instead focusing on the letter inside, which is the substance of your product. And he underlines that it's essential to not putting too much energy on the envelope of your business, but instead, as I said, in the product to build something that is valuable for your customers in the long term. And the key insight from rule number 3 is that real entrepreneurship is measured by the product that you build and not by the image that you project. Rule number 4 is keep your team lean. Hiring fast can be the first step towards slowing down. Jason's company 37 Signals avoids middle management by keeping teams to only 2 people, 1 designer and 1 developer. And from his perspective, this has 2 major upsides. The first one is that it keeps the product simple because there are not too many people working on the same feature. And on the second hand, it also keeps politics away from the team as we don't have too much management or not even one management layer. The takeaway for rule number 4 is that a lean team isn't just cheaper, but it also prevents your company to get more complex from the product side, but also from the people side. I personally love rule number 5, which is know you're enough. Don't pursue growth for the sake of growth. In an interview, Jason said that it's so important to define a sustainable level of success so you don't fall into the trap of constantly optimizing. He uses kind of a so what philosophy for missed opportunities if they don't align to the things that he actually wants to achieve with his business but also his life. And he openly states that he is comfortable leaving money on the table, opportunities on the table, not obsessing over data points like A/B testing to scale and grow the business faster, but instead he would like to focus on a calm, high-margin business, which is aligned to his values in life as well. And the key takeaway from this rule is that success isn't defined by growing faster, scaling faster, but instead knowing what success means to you and your business, and then comfortably saying no to opportunities that don't align to that path. Rule number 6 is plan day by day. Your 5-year roadmap is actually a 5-year fantasy plan. He suggests to stop trying to predict the future and instead moving into a general, consistent direction. He said that at 37 Signals, his company, they rarely plan more than 6 weeks ahead. And this allows them to be more flexible and honest about what the business needs right now instead of just sticking to plans that they made months before. So his key takeaway here is that to adapt in the short term is way safer than having a rigid strategy for the long term. Rule number 7 is stay closer to your customers. The further you get away from your customers, the faster your product begins to die. In an interview, Jason said that he admires local shop owners because they see their customers face to face in person every day. He also says that he intentionally keeps himself accessible to his customers, for example via email, so that he lowers the barrier to get direct feedback. And the key takeaway here from him is that customer feedback is the only market research an independent business needs at the end. Those were the 7 rules from Jason Fried, and I think he's a great example that having a fulfilled life and being ambitious doesn't have to be mutually exclusive. If you liked the video, if you want to get more insights from founders for founders, feel free to subscribe and see you soon.